Hi everyone, I'm Amanda with Logitech G, and I'm here with Daniel Gale from Adaptive Esports, Steve Spohn with AbleGamers, Dr. David Putrino with Mount Sinai, and Ujesh with Logitech G. Can you guys tell me a little bit about what the tournament is and why it's important?
The Adaptive Esports tournament was the brainchild of Daniel and Ujesh, who pulled together this amazing coalition of organizations that decided, you know what? There are all kinds of amazing esports opportunities out there for everyone to play, except if you happen to be disabled. So what if we made a tournament that was specifically designed to allow adaptive technology to enter the tournament and to allow you to play the way that you need to in order to compete at a high level and do an actual tournament where you can crush the competition using gaming the way you need to?
We've increased the prize pool. I think that's important, right? Start there. So we have over $50,000 in prizes. We've added more events. I think we have over 6 events now. And then based on feedback we got from the community, we also decided after we broadcast one of the qualifiers, after the broadcast, we're also going to open it up to some community game nights so people can just kind of hang out, play, get to know each other. And I think those are going to be done over Discord. But if you go to aet.gg, you can find out all the information on how we're doing all that stuff. But I think it's going to be really cool.
And maybe, Dr. Putrino, do you want to talk a little bit about why events like this are so important for this community?
Here at Mount Sinai, we're always working with individuals who are either living with a disability or newly disabled and starting to understand what that means for their life and what that means for the opportunities that are available to them. And one of the things that we're always striving for is just increased participation, increased acknowledgement of people with disabilities, and really centering the voices of people with disabilities so that they can be part of the conversation, so that they can, really advocate for the things that matter to them. And tons of folks with disabilities that we work with want to engage in esports. They want to play games, they want to compete, and they want to connect. And this is just a really awesome forum for people to do all of those things.
Does anyone want to share their favorite moment from the last season and what they're hoping to see this season?
You know, one of the most proud things for me about the tournament has been we're continuing to learn how to do promotional videos better and better. So the things you see coming out of all the charities and Logitech, we're doing better and better with getting to showcase the actual gamers. This is something that was really important to us, was having the ability to show people in their environments, playing with their technology on their setups, on their terms, and this allowed people to enter who never could have entered in a tournament before. And so we're getting better at showcasing these individuals. You know, a lot of people in interviews, around press around the web will talk about how great, Logitech and charities are. And all we did was really cobble together an event. And then we step out of the way to let people shine and let people who have disabilities get out onto the tournament floor, show us what they've got, and then go crush the competition.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I found was the most rewarding is when we got to talk to, not all of them, but we talked to a bunch of the participants last year and asked them what they liked, what they didn't like, and how do we make it better. That was rewarding because we got to hear directly from them. But two, I think they were happy and pleasantly surprised to hear that it wasn't just a one and done, and we're going to keep this going. So we talked about this year and the $50,000 in prizes, but we're going to do this. This is an annual thing. This is not a one and done. We're going to do this every year now, and we're making this to a big bona fide tournament. And the way that it gets bigger is through all of you. We need more and more and more people to participate. So if you already are participating, tell friends, tell their friends to tell their friends. If you're not, go sign up. But that's the way we're going to make this thing really big and grow.
I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of what we did here is, coming together, working with Adaptive Esports, who has done things like the Special Olympics before, coming up with the different levels of disabilities. A lot of people around the web have been talking about how it's neat to see that we have come up with a structure to be able to include everyone of various disabilities. Do you want to, for the home audience, do you want to really quickly describe how we managed to get everyone on the same playing field?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we really worked to break things down into 3 different categories to start with, and I think that this is by no means perfect. I think we, to Ujesh's point, we're always learning, we're always trying to do better. The first group of individuals are people who have a disability of some sort but do not require any novel sort of adaptive esports equipment. They can use non-adaptive controllers. Then we have a second tier of individuals who are able to work with a combination of adaptive controllers and non-adaptive controllers, and that's how they interact with the game. And then we have individuals who are unable to move arms or legs and are using adaptive control systems that really allow them to utilize eye movements, face movements, movements of their mouth and movements of their head to control the games. And it's really awesome to see everyone represented at every level, and how they do in the tournaments.
We've talked a lot about this year's competition. Can you tell me more about what you guys hope for the future?
I think the sky's the limit, Amanda, if I'm being honest with you here. We want this to be a tournament that is EVO's, level. We want this to be a tournament that people talk about every year. And honestly, it's about showing people that just because you're playing with adaptive technology doesn't mean you're not going to have the same kind of high-flying, high-intensity, awesome over-the-top antics that any other tournament might have. Our goal really here at the tournament has been, once we get this on the ground, we expect to see other tournaments will hopefully start letting more people with more adaptive technology into their tournaments. Eventually, we hope that people are like, oh, wow, people with disabilities can compete. Who would have imagined that in any way whatsoever? So that's really our hope, is just to kind of be the flagpole on the ground to say, hey, disabled people deserve a spot at the table too.
I mean, this really is just the beginning, and I think, a big piece of, David touched on it for a second, but, being able to, have people reach internationally now out is exciting. And so for me, I get really excited about thinking about, more outreach and getting more participation. So to me, that's exciting. And I think, the further we take it, the more we improve it from the inside out, the more participation we're going to have. And like Steve said, it could be, really huge. And that's how we picture it.
This tournament's success is all about whether or not people sign up. People in the disability community, including myself, have been wanting to see this kind of thing for years. This is the best shot that I've seen. I've been in this industry now, working with AbleGamers and video game space for going near 20 years now. I think I'm just turned 17 in the industry. So it's been a long time. People have been trying to do it for a long time, and every time something makes it fall apart. This was the first time that it came together, it ran successfully, and how that's going to keep growing is now to see public interest, to let people enjoy the sport, to let people participate. So if you're a disabled person, sign up for the tournament, even if you don't think that you're going to be quote-unquote good. Go in, give it a shot, and if you don't do great, give it a shot next year. And just keep coming back. That's the only way to do this, is to keep training yourself. And if you're somebody who just wants to watch, then tune into all the events on Logitech's channel on Twitch, the rebroadcasts on YouTube. Get those eyeballs on there. People underestimate the power that they have where they just turn into something. If you tune into what we do, we'll be able to keep making it.
Well, they'll have a nice cut on it.
Put that in there. No, leave that.
I'll know where they need to cut, right? Energy.
Steve Spohn with AbleGamer.
AbleGamers.
AbleGamers. Sorry, Steve. And Ujesh, also from Logitech G.
Just one gamer.
That's one. It's me. I'm the gamer. Hello, everybody.
I never get asked to do more stuff, Spohn. It's just you, buddy.
I feel bad for the continuity because my cheeks are getting redder the more we're laughing.
I know. Cool them off.
Intros, 1054.
So first,